Hello, my name's David. I'm an environment artist, and here we are in Kingdom Come Deliverance II after a little time away from it. And I'm sat here in Troskowitz with this fine lady here. We've just been having a little chat, having a little bit of a drink, and enjoying the summer's afternoon here. And there's a few other patrons in, and another fine young lady here. Yep, very good. We're having a nice chat about life, biscuits, and wine, and the drainage situation in Troskowitz. And they've been complimenting Mutt on being a cute doggy, haven't you, ladies? Yep. I think you, madam, particularly enjoyed patting Mutt on the head and giving him a sausage. Sausages are quite rare in this game, I found. Right, so thank you, ladies. A lovely chat. Have a good day. We're off. Come on, Mutt. And Bronca horse, which is a slightly upgraded version of Bitterclee. So it's a bit braver. Bitterclee was a wuss. Bitterclee threw me off at the slightest hint of a bandit. It could be a bandit 200 yards up the road, and Bitterclee would be like, "Oh, off you go, rider. I'm going," and he'd be gone. So, yeah. I thought we would, I don't know, just have a random wander. Oh, hang on, Bitterclee. Bronca's over there. Come here, Bronca. I require your services, my good horse. On you go. Yeah, well, the ladies were talking to Bronca, weren't they? Yeah. Well, goodbye. Oh, sorry. Whoa, okay.
Yes.
Bronca didn't like leaving some nice company there, did he? He was having a good old chat. I bet they snuck him an apple or two. I bet. Yes. Right, follow the path. I thought that... Oh, slow down there. There's no rush. No rush. It's quite keen. So, oh, hello, mouse. Ahoy, mouse. Oh, I see, Bronca was avoiding the mouse. Race the mouse, race. Mouse just disappeared below the ground there. Did you see it? Yes. So I thought we'd have a wander up sort of northeast past Trosky Castle because, let me show you. Boop. Map time. Let's grab a clunky map. I wish it would just zoom out properly. I like a zoom on the analog sticks. So go zoop, 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 and zoom in and out. I think this is really clunky and a bit annoying. Perhaps my least favourite part of the game, actually, which is... It's not bad, is it? That's your least favourite part. So, yeah, I just thought I'd uncover all this mysterious cloud. Because we've got this far in the game, tens of hours in. I mean, God knows how long we spent. At least 30, 40 hours by now, I'm sure. And we've not been up in this corner. So I thought we would do that. That'd be nice. But we've been at a point in the story, right? Let me just give you some context. Because... I play this with my wife. We enjoy this of an evening together, and we only usually get time like every other day. Once the wee fellow's in bed, and we sit down and chill out. And sometimes I control, sometimes my wife controls. Usually, I get the control thrown at me when there's some fighting to be done, and she's like, "You do it," and I'm like, "But I'm rubbish at it too, darling." And she's like, "No, I can't do it." And yeah, so then I usually get beaten and then we reload. I've been slowly improving, but we got to the point after the wedding, and then we had a really good explore through this castle, and then there's a certain point in the story which I'm sure many of you know, after the sequence in the castle, when there was a bit of trouble, and a certain point in the story was reached where it said, like, you know, you might want to do any other quests, because after this, you know, you'll be sort of stuck in story for a bit. And we got to that point, and then could not get past it. I just kept dying and getting the crap beaten out of me resoundingly. And I was, you know, to the point where I was like, whoa, there's no way I'm getting past that. So we reloaded an earlier save prior to that, and so that we can, you know, upgrade the fighting and other stats. And, you know, I was kind of hoping to get to Kuttenberg and see the new map and be all excited by that. But, you know, let's not rush it. Let's not rush it, because that will come. And I kind of welcome just now taking a bit of time out from that main story to just enjoy all this. And no, stop. There we go. Right. Bronco's wanting to carry on. So, you know, and it's a lovely feeling, actually. Now, we've just taken a little step outside of it, and the world is our oyster, isn't it? We can just enjoy that peace. Yeah, cool. And, you know, that gives me an excuse to do whatever I want to do. So, yeah. But as I was talking about the castle, it was, you know, in the back of my mind, it was like, oh, don't forget, mention that thing, you know. And I thought that, you know, this game is so good on so many fronts. It is unusual, very unusual. You know, I mean, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's just so good looking. But beyond that, you know, it's so, you know, as authentic as you can reasonably expect for the historical time period. You can learn a lot from it, I think, historically, or at least it can teach you enough to pique your curiosity to go and look. But other than that, the quest design I think is really outstanding. It's really good. Like, you know, after a period of like getting to know the world and integrating yourself into it and doing missions and getting to know the characters and all of that sort of stuff, you know, it then leads you to the castle and you're kind of stuck in the castle for a little while. And it shrinks your world right down into that castle and it forces you to really get to know it. And, you know, before long, you know all of the ins and outs of the castle and the little stories about it and the characters in it and, you know, the people that inhabit the various areas of it. You know, like the cook and that blacksmith. He's a joker, that blacksmith, man. I ended up punching him, actually. It's really cool. There was a point, actually, you know, that blacksmith was like leading us on a right merry chase, right, doing all sorts of shenanigans. And like, my wife was like, this guy has led us around too much. Can we just, we drank some Saviour schnapps and we're like, let's go punch him. We're going to, so, so we did that, punched him, and then we reloaded because the guards came. But then the very next thing happened was that the game allowed us to pick a fight with him without too much consequence. So, you know, they're like, the thinking is very much in line with how I was playing. And I found that a number of times, and I appreciate that. I think it's really good. Really good quest design. But yeah, so it changes that pace and narrows your world down from the big open world to a small interior. A relatively small, it's still a cool, interesting castle with many levels and layers and intrigues and all sorts of really cool stuff. So yeah, and then it opens out and lets you out again. So that's partly why I've not done any videos on it, really, because, you know, I did a video inside the castle, and so I was just really waiting until the wife and I had played enough to open it out again. So, you know, I was thinking wait till Cutterberg, but no, because I kind of missed it. You know, I like doing these videos, and I especially like doing these videos in this game. You know, because it's nice playing with the wife. I like it. You know, my wife and I, we've always played games together. Way back, right? First game we ever played together was Elder Scrolls Morrowind. So, you know, we've been doing it for decades. And it's great. I love it. But it's also nice when I get some time on my own. Because then I can do stuff like this. Ooh, look at the ground. Look at the cracks in the soil. Look at the leaves. Oh, look at the rocks. Look at this stone texture and all that. Because my wife is like, oh, stop it. Get on with it. Talk to that person. Hit him. Something. You know, so I get two sides of the gameplay. You know, I that's one of the best things about my YouTube channel, personally. I think, you know, it lets me play the game exactly how I want to play it. Which, you know, is nice. It's lovely. Weak Saviour Snaps. I'll have that. No, don't steal it. I didn't see the steal button then. Silly me. Oh, I'm glad. See, good design there, because you have to press and hold the A button to steal it. So, you know, you need to make up your mind that, right, I'm stealing this. So, very good. Bohumir. Very good. That smoke looks slightly purple, doesn't it? It looks like a bit of a witch's brew. And this is not stealing, so let's eat. Oh, let's get our trusty travelling spoon out. Yummy. Right. Yeah, good. And well, I'm not going to eat without giving Mutt
Apolonia.
something, so I'm not giving him the salami because I found sausages to be very rare commodities. Oh, it's got in the fire. Watch your nose. Watch your nose. Oh, he's probably just warmed it up a bit. It's all right. Right,
You
good
silly
dog.
mutt.
I love that dog. That I mean, it makes you love that dog all the more with the trouble he had to go to get him back, or at least the trouble that we had. Anyway, it took us ages. Thought it was just going to be like go there, find dog, but no, it was a whole thing. Now, as I'm talking here, I'm noticing the surface here. How good does that look? How blooming good does that look? I mean, I remember games that were just like Gurad shaded flat polygons, you know, in grey usually. And now jump forward to this. I mean, this is just, it's great, isn't it? The chunkiness, the beautiful textures, really good texture work in this game. The surfaces are excellent. I saw a comment that was complaining about the textures, saying it was spoiling the gameplay. And I really have no idea what that person was talking about. I mean, texture work doesn't really come much better than that, frankly, does it? I mean, look at the slight specularity you've got on the damp mud, as opposed to the dry, cracked earth. That is outstanding texture work. It really is. So if you're not happy with that, then you're not happy with anything. I mean, look at that there. I did try and load a wireframe mod someone recommended to me. There's a command line argument. It doesn't work though. I tried various different ways with it and nah, it's not doing. Maybe they've patched that out or something. I don't know. Oh, there's Bronco up there, silhouetted there, very stylishly. Oh man, it's just everywhere I look. I just like, I want to exclaim. I mean, isn't that just really good modeling? I mean, it's good modeling to the point of like, photogrammetry almost. And I mean, did they use photogrammetry? I'm not sure. I must say that I don't actually know. So I can't really say much other than it looks so good that it could be, you know? Yeah. Photogrammetry is a funny thing, isn't it? You could argue it's sort of taking the art out of it, where humans not actually using their sculpting skills, and yeah, valid point, isn't it? Valid point. But then there's still artistry in, you know, making a world out of those photogrammetry assets. So, yeah. As with most things in life, it's a grey area, and there's no real easy right or wrong answer often. Um, I mean, Death Stranding 2 made amazing work with photogrammetry assets. I mean, it gave it another level. So, yeah, I get it, but I also, I see what can be done with photogrammetry as well, and, it's amazing. But, I mean, look at these here, these individual little rocks piled up there as well. There's all this lovely moss and all the stuff underneath it, all the branches, and then that beautiful, tasteful little fern that's just coming out. The crack in the, this is where these things grow. Detritus collects in cracks and in corners, and that's where you get your vegetation growing, as opposed to that, which is just one of those little misses on veg placement. There'll be some procedural approach based on angle or slope, and sometimes the asset might be just wide enough to creep past it a little bit. It happens. It happens. Lovely little sapling as well. How nice. Ah. Yeah, I've not had a wander around this quarry up until now, so... Oh, interesting. What's this for? It's like someone's been walking the plank. An interesting pile of leaves there as well. It's like something could be buried in it. Oh, curious now. Come on, I have to look at it now, don't I? Is it? I don't think I've ever seen anything buried in a pile of leaves. Nah. Nah, but I had to check though. Had to check. So, around here. I mean, these leaves are almost leading me up, aren't they? So, it's got me curious. It's got me curious, this little, almost a path going up, isn't it? Ooh, excellent. I remember wandering around out here with that. There was a guy who had tummy problems, wasn't there? And we were looking around here, and we did find him and a book. And uh, I was amused. We were playing it yesterday, and Crazel, who we had to get this book for, was not pleased at the condition that this book came back in. It's like, what have you done to this book? And I was like, oh, okay, right. So I think I don't want to go into the castle. What I wanted to do is go around it, didn't I? And I've got sidetracked with this quarry, and it's going a bit dark, but well, it's not going a bit dark. It's sort of heading towards sunset, isn't it? Which is fine. Oh, there's a shadow. Hello, running. That's the only thing with the shadow tech. You know, it's a limitation of the engine, and it's just to point it out. I'm not complaining about it, but when you don't get shadows that well defined at distance, shadows that distance away would be quite fuzzed, and more modern engines, I suppose, they do have that kind of awareness of distance of shadow and the fuzz. I think GTA 5 Enhanced brought that in, didn't it? There was a nice sort of softening off of the shadows of distance. Yeah. Good shadows can, really make quite a nice difference, actually, I think. Okay, back on Bronca. Keep wanting to call him Bronco, won't I? And so we'll circle the castle. Follow it round here. Right. Again, lovely paths. Let's follow it round there. Slow down. Ooh. Burned out stuff. Flattened area. Interesting. Lovely. Right. Oh, this reminds me actually. Following on from the video I did about the roads and tracks and stuff. I did see a comment from someone saying that these roads are all decals, and it's just part of the terrain with decals put on it. But no, that's not the case. Hang on. No. Slow down. Off you get. Come on. I want to look down here. See, no one makes roads that way. I've never seen that happen, and it would be a crazy thing if they did do it. If you wouldn't just have this as the same as your terrain, there will be much more polygon density on the tracks, and these, I'm certain, will have been template sections which are then strung along a spline for your route, and then stitched in some way to the terrain around it, because it makes no sense to have the same polygon density here as over here. What's the point? It's a complete waste. All here, you don't need much polygon density at all, because all you've got is the underlying textures and then all the grass, which is softening it all off. I mean, it'll be smoothed geometry here, but just not high density, that's all. Because you can save huge amounts of polygon with, expanses like this. All these fields, you don't need high polygon density. But, look at the track. You can see the shape of it, can't you? It's a modeled track with dips in the geometry. But the cart ruts and the edging, it lifts up at the edges. So, you can see it there. You can see the shape of it. I wish we could activate wireframe, but we can't. But, so these will be much higher density polygon templates, which are then placed in. And then, of course, they will have decals put on top. Yeah, of course. Why wouldn't you? But, yeah, so that's an answer to that. It's not just a part of the terrain. It'll be a stitched in asset, essentially. So let's follow it round. We were going to go to northeast, so here we are. So that's the part of the map sort of over here that we've not really unlocked much. And there's the castle. Excellent. Old Otto von Bergrow will be probably having his dinner right now in there. Yeah. So we'll follow this little path. So this little path here Yeah, quite likely to be the same geometry as the field surrounding it, you know, with, you know, that'll have been painted in the texture, that track. Probably. I mean, maybe not, it, you know, it might have actually had a bit more of attention to it, you know, who knows. But, you know, you could certainly do it with just texture work here. Assuming you've got the vertex density to paint on in a proper way, you know, because if these are massive polygons, then your vert painting is, you know, it's going to be quite fuzzy because you've not got the supporting vertices. But then again, it might not even be vertex painted, you know, it depends on your system. Depends what you're using to paint in different textures. It might be using a splat map, or some other, you know, way of governing what texture gets applied. So, you know, you can do it various ways. Splat maps often don't have the resolution required for that sort of thing, though. So, you know, the easiest way is generally to, you know, use vert painting. So maybe you've got a 4-layer material with 4 different textures on it, and depending on the color you're using for vertex painting, then you can paint in any one of those 4 textures. You know, and of course height-based blending, you know, that's how it would work. You'd be painting in that texture, and then the height-based blend would come with it. So you get that lovely sort of effect where you're painting in sand between the rocks, and, you know, all that sort of stuff. Right, Bronca is giving me a bit of problem here. Come on, stop it. There we go. Right. What I want to do, though, probably wait for a bit of daylight. Yeah. Okay. So, wait till the morning. I fed Mutt, but his food's running off down the hill. Oh, blooming egg. Let's chase the food. Let's hunt that meal down. Come on, I'm making Mutt work for his breakfast. Come on, come to a rest, and then there we go. Oh, you gotta stop. Oh, what? It's picked up speed again. Oh, come on, stupid meal. What are you doing? It's daft, isn't it? That? Right. Okay. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's the physics, isn't it? You know, I mean, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Where's he gone? No, I'm sorry, Mutt. Your breakfast ran away, didn't it?
Here you go.
Come on.
Take it.
If I had some bacon, I'd use that because that stays flat. Go on, chase it down, hunt it. Ah, good lad. And I will praise him. Oh, I missed. Come on. Stop running around, laddie. There we go. Good dog. Good dog. Good dog. Right, on with the horse business. And so we'll head this way and sort of, you know, we're sort of bearing northeast, eastish. And, well, let's just slowly follow the path. But, you know, this is new ground to me, so nice edging. There's a little campy site thing there as well. Let me just take in the scene. Take in the scene. There we go. That's a lovely path, isn't it? How it's sort of embedded down in the landscape, isn't it? You know, you can see. Let's just stop there. You know, look at the surrounds are higher, and it comes down to this path. Because I mean, who knows how old these paths are? You know, people will have been traversing this local area on these tracks for, I mean, you know, maybe centuries, and yeah, it'll got worn down into the. I mean, it wouldn't take many years for it to just wear down, so it's lower than the surrounding area. So, you know, that's another telltale sign that it's not just part of the general hillside or terrain. You know, these are managed parts of the geometry very much. You know, they've had attention, and you know, that's how you do it. You know, your tracks would look rubbish if they were just decals slapped onto the general terrain. Yeah, you know, on that. But look at that, lovely. Just, I love these little bits here. You know, they tell their own little story, don't they? They've, you know, just been clearing up bits of the vegetation and sort of pushing it over to the side, and you know, they'll probably come back. All this stuff is great for kindling and things, isn't it? You know, so these things would have been collected here from around this place here for later sort of collection and usage. So all has its own little story, doesn't it? And we got an old fallen tree there. which has been topped as well, isn't it? Yeah. Ah, man. A little old fence. And one of these shrines as well. Oh, great. I can hear the bird song. I mean, I can just feel that sunlight on my face and smell the fresh air. I mean, I've been walking in, places like this many times, and yeah, it's beautiful, isn't it? The trees are lovely. I love this pine vibe we've got going on. Yeah, wow. It's nice to just sort of wander in silence for a little bit, isn't it, really? I sometimes can't shut up. And yeah, it's nice just to hear the horses' hoots and the birds. I'm sure you'd appreciate that, wouldn't you? Oh, hello. Oh, no, I'm not, you see, we're too busy to be fighting. See, well done, Bronca, for not throwing me. Because Bittercleat would have chucked me off there in no time. Let's slow down a bit. Is that guy running at top speed after us still? There he is. He's running after us like crazy, isn't he? Well, we are Bronca, so we can accelerate beyond his mere human legs. And I mean, yeah, let's carry on. Let's do it. Let's see where it gets us. We get these lovely breaks in the trees, don't we? And we can see these views down there. Is he still running after us? He's too far. Oh, right. Yeah, the icon has gone. Has gone. So, slow it down. I think this game, as much as any other I've played, probably, notably, Avatar Frontiers of Pandora, because I love doing the same thing in that game, just wandering, just walking around and looking at stuff. And that is like, that and this game are two like different sides of the same coin to me. This is realistic. This is the real world, isn't it? And very accurate for it. Whereas Pandora is the fantasy alien world, which is not that far removed. It's not so alien that it's alienating, as it were. But it's just good enough in its alienness to be really weird. Now this looks familiar. Let's just check the map, because yeah, I thought we'd come all the way to Apolonia. Yeah, we've come all the way from up there. Not uncovered as much as as much as I meant to, actually. Alchemy bench. So I think, yeah, we went on this road. We took a right, didn't we? And then we've come all the way down here. Now, I'd kind of like to go back and, do my mission. That bandit's there, though, which gives me pause. See, it reminded me, because the hermit's path was here, wasn't it? I recognised that. It's like, hang on, this is where the hermit lives. So, well, let's see if we can't just blast past the old bandit at hyper speed. And we'll test Bronca's bravery. I wonder if the game has despawned that guy, or if he's always round there, or whether he's random. Don't know. But we'll just zoom up there, and then we'll try and fully uncover that northeast section. But yeah, it's kind of quite nice to sort of go at a fast pace, because I rarely do it. I'm always like just looking and appreciating. But yeah, this is cool. The lay of the land, very much like the castle up on the high point to the left, and the landscape sloping down to distant pastures over there. A really well integrated lodge and backdrop as well, isn't it? The impression of the wider world works really well, I think. Yeah. Man. It's so good. I don't know, it's like they have got some magic potions or something going on. Because it's so good. It puts nearly every other game to shame in the authenticity of its veg placement, to my mind. I think it's just so good. Right, now let's just double check the map, because I feel like I've gone wrong again. Yeah, I did, didn't I? I keep overshooting. I keep overshooting, like, massively. I mean, I suppose I'm moving a lot faster than I'm used to. You know, I usually just keep it to a walk. So, go! 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 Proper abrupt there, Henry. Right, let's follow this little path. And we want to get back over, yeah, to the northeast. This is still taking us up there. I didn't want to do that. But we're going cross country. Why not? I mean, yeah. Let's do it. Is there a little path here? I thought there was, yeah. There we go. So it is just a nice little footpath rather than a horse track. Isn't it? I just slow it down. I just want to... Yeah. Such variety in the meadows, aren't there? And the path, again, you know, being very much embedded into it. It's worn into the landscape. They really understand that. You know, like tracks, paths, roads, they don't sit on the landscape so much as become embedded in it. Oh, this is interesting. I've not seen this part before. This is a new one. Oh, lovely. Good jump. Oh, excellent. Look at this. Oh, this looks cozy, doesn't it? Man, that straw's good. Straw's really good, isn't it? Wow. Oh, let's have a little peek through. Hello, anybody in? Anybody home? Just peeking through. Got your tools. The wood store here. I love the idea of a wood store. It's just something about that, isn't it? It's just, yeah. Should we have a wash? Oh, we don't need a wash. We're okay. So, Herbalist Barnaby. Okay. Well, I won't intrude.
God bless.
Yeah, you too, old chap. Nice, he's got his own little herb garden here. Well, let's just check the map, and good to know, good to know. And that path, okay, we're going to have to go back, aren't we? And what we want to do is we want to keep taking a left until we get to the shrine. I'm determined to get up there. So, good to see you, Barnaby, and I'll be back. And we'll talk about herbs at some point, right? So thank you. We are going to follow this lovely path that Barnaby's got. And I was talking about, yeah, things being embedded in. I mean, I suppose, you know, when you look at modern roads, especially motorways and stuff, or freeways, yeah, they're additive because they've got massive foundations laid in, and, you know, they often want to be kept relatively level. They kind of employ more of the cut and fill that train lines employed, that sort of thing. I've gone off the path. Come on, back to path, lad. There we go. And but you know, not modern roads like motorways and stuff. You know, these sort of paths and country roads, things like that. They're very much embedded in the landscape. They're sort of, you know, subtractive to the landscape. And you know, as you see, you know, the veg following the lay of the land as it does really supports, you know, visual kind of identification of the track. You know, you can see that like dip in the landscape. So yeah, it works really, really well. And you know, again, here you come here into the more sort of modeled sides with these edgings here, whereas those tiny little paths, oh, we can see it here. Oh heck, oh, this is new, isn't it? Oh man, well, oh god, something's gone on there, but we're not looking at that, are we? We're going left here, and so I will just follow the path, and once more, map check. Map check, map check. There we go. I'll just follow this road then. I suppose, yeah, following this. Ooh, it's a big mysterious mass there, but that's just all that forest, isn't it? Really. So we'll, you know, open up the trails as far as the map's concerned. So yeah, more of that. Such dense vegetation. Look, watch your head. Yeah. I really like it how Henry can get knocked off his horse as well. If you go underneath, say, like a tree, for instance, with a trunk sticking out, you know, it knocks you off. Or even the edge of a house, something like that, it knocks you off. So, yeah. It's a nice nod to realism, that. I like it. Yeah. Right, so let's follow this down. Ah, lovely. Outstanding work. It's just so lovely to wander around. And isn't it refreshing having a game that has not got magic in it? I mean, how many RPGs like don't have magic in them and are sort of resolutely realistic? And I'm not even sure I can think of any, you know. Yeah, none come to mind, let's put it that way. It's really cool. And I must admit, when the first game came out, I was a little bit put off, I think, by that. You know, I read articles and stuff on it and the realistic fighting and all that sort of stuff and the realism. And yeah, I kind of unfairly dismissed it, I think, on that. You know, oh, let's just hold up here. I'm loving these boulders. This whole, like, section has got quite a unique vibe to it, hasn't it? You know, a different geology's creeped in with these boulders tumbling down over the road, and you know, it's been kind of threaded throughout. You know, it's kind of more rocky, isn't it? And all these lovely things coming up here. Oh, that's really nice. Oh wow, yeah, great. But yeah, I was saying that, and it kind of put me off because it didn't have magic and it was all realism. And I mean, I kind of kicked myself thinking, well, that was a silly attitude to take, wasn't it? And you know, sometimes just you don't quite twig why a game is not attracting you as much as it might, and sometimes it's reasons that you've not really fully kind of explored within yourself, isn't it? And for me, that was that. And thinking back, you know, I mean, yeah, that's you know, the wrong attitude to take, isn't it? Because we've got this, and I guess it's had the result of me not playing the first game and jumping straight to the second game. But I would certainly like to experience the first game, you know, just because this is so good. But what stops me a little bit is that, you know, that, well, the tech won't be quite as good. It won't look as draw-dropping as this one, which, again, is kind of the wrong attitude to take because it's the game you're looking at, isn't it? But me being me, you know, I'm all about the art, environments, the environment art. And so, you know, I think it's fairly valid of me to, you know, want to play the games that excite me from a visual point of view, you know, because that's my trade, isn't it? You know, I'm you know, I'm an environment artist, so this is the stuff that I've worked very hard on, you know, to make engaging environments in games. So, yeah, you know, I think that's fine. That's fine. Now, look, we've got an interesting parting in the road here, isn't it? Where should we go? Got this lovely little track leading up into the light higher up, and then this sort of other one that heads seemingly into the deeper, darker woods, maybe, you know. Oof, decisions, isn't it? And we've unlocked that. That's good. So that road would take us, yeah, all the way back round Trosky, Apolonia, and down that way. And this way. Oh, it's coming up. Well, we'll follow this around because that's the huntsman's camp. And hang on, I've forgotten already. Come on. Yeah, we're on a better right. That's okay. Yeah, that whole quest was great. We're looking for Pepic, weren't we? Pepic, Pepic, Pepic. And the huntsman's hammered on his wine, and we're like roaming through the forest shouting for Pepic, his pony, his horse. And then we had to do a bit of sneaking actually to recover old Pepic, didn't we? So that was a funny quest. I liked that. And all the quest givers, you know, they all seem to have an awareness of each other and the sort of community and the way they, you know, talk, the dialogue lines. You know, it all seems to kind of create a really nice cohesive whole where the NPCs are, you know, they feel part of the community rather than just random NPCs spouting lines. You know, I think it's yet another really standout feature of this game. You know, the NPCs feel more than NPCs in many cases. And, you know, that's not through any new tech, is it? That's just good design. And sadly, you know, so many games kind of get that wrong, don't they? You know, you end up with soulless NPCs, which are just boring, and you know, and they have no character to them, ironically. So yeah, there's so much in this game that other developers, I hope, are looking at, and you know, just seeing what's possible. You know, if you can just but have the vision and design, yeah, stand out. I hope it wins Game of the Year. Yeah. Now these guys gonna try something. Are you bandits or are you friendly? Oh, bandit attack! Run away, Bronca. Come on, Bronca's much better. Bittercleat would have thrown me off by now. Yeah, it's just well done, Bronca. Very brave horse. The horses have a bravery rating or courage rating. There we go. So we're making good progress. We've lost the baddies. Excellent. And here we are at that lake. Little sort of lake pond thing here. And yeah, the huntsman's camp was kind of over there in the woods. So I think this is a, yeah, perfect spot to kind of leave it. We'll just guide Bronca carefully onto a nice little view bit. There we go. Right, off we go. Cool. Well done. Well done, Bronca. Good lad. And you, Mutt, well done to you as well. And let's just cast our eye down this lovely little valley. Excellent. Well, that's been a really nice little walk. I've enjoyed that change of pace, actually. Just left to my own devices, wandering around, opening up a little bit more of the map. And I look forward to carrying on playing it as well. So thanks for joining me on that one. And I'll see you in another video soon. Take it easy. Bye.